Hello there, friends. Welcome to Start Early Today, your daily dose of mindfulness and positivity. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Hope everything is going smoothly and according to your plan. And what is your plan? Is it in accord and in alignment with a bigger plan? So planning is good, but also be open to changes. As we always say, to just slightly grasp in full embodiment and in full participation and presence, but not gripping too tightly. Try to practice flexibility not only on the yoga mat, but also flexibility in the mind. Try to open yourself up to new possibilities and all possibilities, because that is the nature of life. And to have complete faith and trust, because everything runs under a higher order beyond our understanding. Beyond the understanding of the logical, intellectual mind, that is. But it can be understood by the heart. And if you feel really passionate and desireful of really getting to know the truth that is beyond what is seen, you'll find in there peace and tranquility. So my challenge, or should I say invitation for you today, is find that truth within you wherein all is well. Find that truth within you wherein all is feeling correct. That correctness, that perfect fit. It feels right, doesn't it? When you just decide to feel right about things. And you can easily do this by letting go of the things that you are not in control of. Our minds are addicted to control because it evolved that way. Humanity reached its evolutionary status. That's why you're comfortable now, seated in a very comfortable chair, and you have information at the on your fingertips through your devices. It is because of man's pursuit for greatness and the brain's capability to protect itself from danger. So it loves to know information. It loves to know. It loves to research, dissect, and know. It knows it's perpetually insecure. That is one facet of the mind. That's one facet of yourself. But you are not completely that, my friend. There are parts of us that are perpetually insecure, and this is a very small part of us. This is our ego side. The one who is trying to protect something, trying to defend something, defend a belief that we picked up somewhere, maybe unconsciously when we were 3. The real power is when we take a step back and watch those beliefs. Lay those beliefs down in a spreadsheet, in an imaginary 12 by 12 canvas. Lay out all of your beliefs and watch them and filter them out through a moment-to-moment non-judgmental discernment. And what is that practice? It's called mindfulness and awareness. You can ask, why are you thinking this way? You can ask, why are you avoiding such circumstance? Why are you why do you have a certain aversion to a certain concept? What is it in you that is disgusted with that? And to be aware of that, my friend, answers all your questions. For all the questions are just hidden in the things that you are avoiding to look at. It has been said that the thing that we most need is hidden in the cave we dare not enter. Then why is this? Why are you so comfortable in chains and in cages? It works for a while. We seem to be comforted and nurtured in stagnation. But in the end, time and nature shall push us. It will push you to your limit. It will push you wherein your spirit will be forced to be birthed. It is the God in you, the creativity in you, the best version of yourself that you can conjure up in your mind. We always talk about imagination, imaging yourself as the one you long to be. And be specific with it. What kind of physical body would you like? What kind of financial standing do you want? Do you desire to be in? And you can work yourself in that. You can do the necessary steps, and with the power of focus and letting go of the distractions. We get distracted because the mind thinks it is productive by doing research and consuming data. Ooh, we love information. But real peace and real answers, they come when you do the things you do not want to do. When you learn in ways you don't want to learn. When you show up when you'd rather not. So how are you to perform this being of nobility, this being of purity today? There is a version of you today that you can perform, that you can embody, that is better than yesterday. When you're constantly watchful of the mishaps and slips, sometimes we slip into judgment and we drown into the spiral of anger and judgment and resent, avoidance. These are just the things that are chosen. You choose for it to be in the dark side of your psyche. And why is it called the dark side? Because you don't acknowledge it. If you acknowledge your dark side, it will lit up and will become a part of your awareness. And in becoming aware of it, you'll apply tactical commitment and actions, specific actions that will straighten out that kink, my friend. Straighten out your life, so to speak. Walk the path that is uniquely you. Carve it out as if you were sculpting the greatest masterpiece on earth. This is your life we're talking about, and you get only one. You get only one, my friend, and you're given the same time as Elon has, and Bezos, or whoever you look up to. Or if you're looking up to a Zen monk, you guys have the same hours. We all have the same hours. So sleep for 8 hours, and the remaining hours, it's up to your discernment on how you spend your energy and how you spend your time. So it is best that we become wise discerners of where we spend our time mentally, physically, emotionally. Watch your emotions. Are you running hither and thither, being triggered by the same people and the same situations? That's futile. Watch it, my friend. The same story. Do you keep on playing the same story? Change it up, shake it up. There's a new life waiting for you. There's a new scenario. There's a new plot. Give the plot a twist. Do something unexpected. Let's craft that life. Go to startearlytoday.com. I've been helping people look into nook and crannies of their deepest desires and bringing them to reality. And we discover that it is so simple. It is easy. It's the unmade decisions that we decide to carry. The unmade decision that we carry that is bugging us. So we live in quiet desperation, just making ends meet and just living with okay. But there's another world. It can be splendid. It can be made better and better each day. You can be stronger and stronger each day in all aspects, mental, physical, and in every skill you wish. And it comes in season. You can focus on one for 90 days. We can conjure up a program for that. And if we specify, if we take a really good look, if we magnify the things that are really in your heart burning, it's calling you. You can't avoid it. Nature shall slap it into your face if you're too stubborn to look. And sometimes it's a more painful way. So why not be our own teacher? Why not take accountability, dedication, tenacity, audacity, grit? You have all these things. We all have brains and bodies and speech and abilities. So your capacity is infinite. Only if you practice repetition. Practice 100 of a thing, my friend. Do 100 of a thing. You want to be more optimistic? Do 100 affirmation and really decide to rewire your brain to think beautifully or think positively. And don't count the results. It's good. That's a good strategy to track the results so you can adjust your inputs. But just try increasing. Just try doing a lot first. Do 100 pull-ups. You'll see instantaneously effects. And to be in joy as you do the thing is the secret. And it is not the end. The result is not what we're after. It's the person that we are molding and sculpting. It is who we become, not what we get. And forget about what other people think. Just think about bringing value to yourself and others. We're here interconnected through invisible threads. You are connected to the rocks, the plants and animals. You're connected to treat all the humans as one human. Treat them as yourself. Dude, that's the golden, most simplest rule. What you do unto others, you do unto yourself 10 times. So, at the smallest inkling or the smallest sign that you are about to judge stop it right there, nip it in the bud, turn it around. Because what you judge is you. You see not for what things are, you see things as you are, because you are the identifier of things. You are the creator of your own world. If you identify your external world as such and such, you create your world of thus. And your word is law. These are basic things I learned from authors such as Florence Scovel Shinn and Neville Goddard, and they pick it up from the Bible. Joseph Murphy, one of my good teachers, Stuart Wilde, Byron Katie, a classic. So just, there are only three businesses: your business, other people's business, and God's business. You only need to mind one, your own, and that's your mind, your attitude towards things, the way you see things, the way you feel about yourself. Because the way you feel about yourself, that's the only game. If you feel good, you've won. And ask those things that you are urging to do and create, and deploy them. Because opportunities and inspirations and those feelings of wanting to do things, they expire. So book that trip, plan that seminar, or if you want to level up your game, connect with people you look up to. Connect to them. You can connect to... I've been connecting to executive coaches on Substack. They reply. It's like, whoa, I'm getting consultation, I'm getting valuable insights from this person, and I'm just pushing this button, and isn't that fascinating? And I get fascinated, and I jot it down, and I pack it up in something valuable that people can consume through words. And it all boils down to us helping each other out. I help myself out through these content consumption and republishing them. I hope you have found some value today. It's a Monday. My commitment is to be here for you, at every start of your day. That's my commitment. Start early today. Today I have started my soup content. I'm doing a series on Instagram called Soup Out in the Snow. We're on episode 2. We're doing pearl couscous and vegan bacon soup. And soup is so amazing. Shout out to Better Food Guru. It's mostly freestyle, and it's like a complete meal. If you make a big pot of soup, it's like a stew and a warming liquid broth in one. And you can add crunchy things. You can add a salad almost on top if you garnish it with some greens from my indoor hydroponic garden. Brought to you by Gardein. I call it Gardein, but Sarah says it's just pronounced as garden with a Y instead of a E. So yeah, check out Garden. Check out the link below. I use short form. They summarize the books really well, and they provide contrasting ideas, and it's really good for your beliefs too. If you lay it on the table, two contrasting beliefs, and stay in equanimity, that's the test of your stability, of your intelligence. If you can hold thoughts and beliefs that are contradicting and hold them both as true. Shout out Alex Dobrenko, both are true. That's his Substack. So what are the interesting things that are happening in your life? What's a specific thing that you are gonna go for within the day? It's good to set goals within a year, but you know what? Why not do it in a day? You can come up with a book in a day if you have ChatGPT, or if you have been writing for a couple of years like I did. Compile and arrange what you have. Serve it to the people. Much like the recipe we did, I just put things in a pot, and when you start creating, the moment I lay the ingredients out on the countertop, I already feel at ease and at peace. When you're creating something, you're in flow, you're contributing, the spirit in you is out through your fingertips, and you just feel correct. That's the most apropos word that I can describe it with. Correct. It feels right. It feels right. And just smile. Smile along the way. Do not immediately showcase your fantasticness. Make time to listen. Listen to content. Listen to other people. Listen to your loved ones. Listen. Active listening. And let it marinate. And see them as right. Because they are gods like you. They are manifestations of the divine like you. You are it. You are them. So be mindful. Always our lesson here. Be a wise discerner of the mind. Judge not. Judging is closing off a thing. Don't close a thing. Open them up. Open them up to possibilities instead of being a shutter of doors and nailing them shut through limitations. And then that's not good for your nervous system. That's not good for your fun level, for your happiness. That's not good for your goals. You know, there are many paths. There are many ways to skin a potato. There are many ways. And pick one. There are many ways. Pick one. Find one. Pick one. Trek it till it's the end, and ask spirit once more. It's just a constant connection of asking within, deploying through the outside world, and asking within, and it's all love. It's all love. How are you to bring out the love that you feel inside? What do you love about life? What do you love about the world? What are you curious of? What's happening today? Plan it. Because if not, the world will plan it for you. Those who are willfully blind, you'll get nudged. And what do they got for you? Not much. That's what they say, my friend. If you don't conjure up your own plan, somebody will plan it for you. And what they have for you? Nothing much. Because you are only an agent for their plan. But it's up to you. It's up to you. It depends on your commitment, courage, and what are the 4 C's of Dan Sullivan? Commitment, courage, capacity, confidence. And it goes on and on. Commit to something you're scared of, and then you'll gain the capacity to do it, and you'll have the courage. Commit, muster up the courage, and you'll have the capacity, and then you'll gain confidence. And in having confidence, your world expands. You'll do things you've never done, because what you used to see as scary and what you used to think that you're incapable of, you are now capable. And it starts with a shift in perceptivity. And that's the first thing. And the next thing is to really do it. Do it. Show up to the thing and feel it in your nerves. The first day I taught yoga, I just decided to show up. And I know the cues because I've been at it for days on end, and it'll just happen. So a part of me was born that day. Na that na is a Filipino preposition. I apologize. A part of me was born that day that I never knew existed. Why? Because I was just so curious and I wanted to expand, and I just thought it's fun. And what's your ultimate dream that you just think is fun and is cool? I think it's cool to perform in front of millions. As a musician, I think it's fun and cool to be compensated for what I do, which is my art. And that involves music, writing, cooking. As long as it provides value to you, you are never, my friend, you are never lost or too late in the game. You're actually too early. You're actually too early in the game if you act now. So what is it, my friend? What is it in you that is whispering and calling you to be more of what you are today? Because go with the law of growth. Going against it is not only nonsensical, it can also be seen as unethical. It is throwing out a gift. It's disregarding a gift as if you were given gold and you're ignoring it. In the Bible, there's a story about the guy who had many talents and it was multiplied by God, and the guy who hid his talents. Why do they call it talents? Is talents a form of currency? Or is it a literal talent such as a craft? I don't know. I have yet to look it up. Let me wrap up this episode. I hope and I know that you have it in you. And first step is to conjure up that mental image and demand of yourself consistent and persistent effort towards the attainment of that image. With that being said, let me swing some kettlebells, absorb some sunlight. Ooh, I love it when it's snowy outside and the sun is shining because the light just bounces everywhere. It reflects back. So love back to you, just like the snow-covered hills. And yeah, how are you shining today? How are you vibing today? Give it a little push. Give it a little discomfort than your usual. And see where you land. See where you land. After 99 attempts of doing a kickflip, doing the necessary changes and tweaks, you'll land the 100th. That's it for today. Shout out to short form, where I get my insights and ideas aside from the infinite source, that which is the Akashic records. The infinite field, my friend, you have access to that. The infinite field wherein all healing is, all information is, all answers are. If you sit in silence and straighten your spine and relax your shoulders and relax the eyebrows and take some deep breaths and just listen to your breath. Tap into the Akasha through mindfulness. Do a quick body scan. Just stop the rambling of the mind. Create that distance between the thinking mind and awareness, and watch yourself as the observer of your mind, and just observe the mind, observe it thinking, and you'll see this character, and you can get to sum up your life. I had a THC drink. Oh, let's get intimate and personal. I had a THC drink yesterday and I was washing dishes and I found joy. Much has been said about mindfulness, about washing whilst washing dishes, but this time around, I really appreciated everything, and I was able to travel looking at myself from the galaxy, from afar. And I thought to myself, how wonderful that we're able to wash these things. And I acknowledged all the beautiful meals that has been served in those bowls. Fantastic. To see the grander picture, to see the bigger picture of life. You are capable of this. You are woke. There's no information that is needed to be added into your life. You need to practice. You need to repeatedly practice your godliness through strength of the body, wise decisions in food and purchases, and your next moves. How are you to inspire millions? If that's your thing. If not, just happily walk around the block and plant your tomatoes. That's fine too. But as long as there's peace in your heart and you're not at war with what is, that is the gift, that is the trick, that is the game. If you're at peace with where you are, you have won. Now, if you want more, be willing to play the game, and it has some rules. The universal law and the laws of success are out there. Wallace D. Wattles has a great book about it, The Science of Getting Rich, if that's your game. But always keep in mind that the real game is always in the present moment. What you're thinking now. Are you present? Are you pleasant? Are you bringing life to where you are? Are you resonating peace, joy, and love? Or are you always after the next moment? You'll never get it if that's your attitude. Moment is here, moment is now, power is here, decision is now. So decide for yourself the best, and only the best shall come. For it is law. You are beyond physicality. You are spirit. You are spirit having a human experience, which is so phenomenal. To have a human experience, just the mere fact of having sensual experiences. It has been said that in the 4D, there's no sensual experiences like food and heat and... Imagine no sauna? Come on. I love my sauna suit. I love my cardio, and I love my toys. Kettlebell skateboard, musical instruments, your body. You can twist and bend and reach and dance. So celebrate and rejoice, for it is always now. You are loved. There is great love for you here. We will end it at that. Thanks for sticking around. Participate in the comments and share what you have learned. Namaste.